Hello. Welcome to episode 24. I'm so happy to be here with you today and find out what wants to unfold between us. I know that I want to start with a place that is in part 2 of the workbook after lesson 280. And it's entitled, What is the Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit, it says, mediates between illusions and the truth. The goal the Holy Spirit teaching sets, so the goal is set to end all dreams. I love A Course in Miracles. It is so beautiful. When I look back over my life, it truly saved my experience of living. It brought me back to new possibilities. I really did believe in my worthlessness, and A Course in Miracles, in a million ways, shows us our worth, shows us that unworthiness is a dream, and it's very personal. The language, once you get over the Christian words, if that's an issue, and it is for most people, even if you're Christian, it's an issue because it's used in very non-traditional ways. A Course in Miracles uses traditional Christian words in non-traditional ways. And if you're New Age, or you're Buddhist, or you're Jewish, or you're some other belief system, the language is probably a bit of a jump if you're a feminist, so on. But once you get beyond that, most people truly fall in love with the poetry of A Course in Miracles and the depth and the brilliance. And for me right now, I don't really spend very much time in unworthiness. I can have a flash of a residue of that belief system and that person, that self-identity, but it doesn't last very long. It's like almost like thinking you can fly, the unreality of that hits pretty fast after that thought, to know, no, that's not real. So I want to start with, how lucky are we that have both non-duality and A Course in Miracles? I see A Course in Miracles as both non-dual and very, very, very dualistic. And today I have gratitude for the dualism. I'm listening to my brothers and sisters in community, and they're speaking of how it's the personal in A Course in Miracles that reaches out to them. And I have to say, it was that for me as well. The sense that I could be parented again by spirit. The sense that there was something other than me in this world. And the me was a separate self. So the notion that something could reach me, something could touch me, something could offer me okayness again. And I say again because I believe we all have that memory. I say believe because I can't prove it's 100% true. I think there are some people, I've heard them say, I don't know what love is. I never experienced it. I think what they really mean is I don't remember it. And my life experience has been so dreadful that I can't really pull it up in my memory. My life experience has overshadowed that feeling of oneness that a baby is born with before they know they're separate from a caregiver. It's true that not all babies come into the world serene. If you look at a newborn unit at the incubators, not every baby, even with the same conditions, is all peaceful. But I believe that just because of human development, there isn't a sense of self yet. So even if a newborn is thrashing around or crying or whatever we may label as unhappy, the unhappiness is complete. There's no sense of there's good somewhere and I don't have it. There's no sense of ego lack. It's 100% lack. It's not I'm lacking and someone else has it, or I'm lacking and you could give it to me. It's 100% whatever it is. So if it's oneness, it's oneness. If it's distress, it's 100% with the distress. So in that sense, oneness exists for all babies. And so I believe that we're always trying to come back to that oneness. And if we go over those two sentences that I spoke, the Holy Spirit mediates between illusions and the truth. And Holy Spirit's teaching is set to end dreams. I'm going to say something very provocative and what would be the word? I don't know. It's provocative. We don't actually need Holy Spirit when we're open and allowing of the direct experience. So right now, let's see about whether we can go together. Let's enter together through the portal, through the doorway of oneness that's in all of our memories. We don't need help. We don't need a third party. We don't need a second party. Oneness means one. But oneness precludes a personal self. So what is it that is experiencing oneness? It's the stuff of oneness itself. I want to read you a sentence before and as we step into our own direct experience that A Course in Miracles alludes to all the time. It's always inviting us to let go and go all the way. I want to read you what A Course says about the body. And the body is the house of the personal self. See if I can find this quickly. The body is the house of the personal self. And the Course says it so beautifully. It says, the body is the means by which God's Son returns to sanity. This is also, this is after lesson 260 in the workbook. The body is the means by which God's Son returns to sanity. So if we return to sanity, we're either sane or we're insane. It's just the way the Course talks about love or fear. Love is complete. Love is oneness. Love is the absence of fear. It's not a continuum with fear. Big difference. Though the body was made to fence him into hell without escape, that is the personal self. That is the me. That is the ego. That is the lack. That is the not good enough. That is the wanting, needing, striving, lacking. So, though it was made to fence him into hell without escape, yet has the goal of heaven been exchanged for the pursuit of hell. And isn't that true? Haven't we all tried to prove our unworthiness? I know I did. I can catch myself still there, but I don't believe it. It doesn't capture me. It doesn't interest me. Maybe for a flash it did, enough to go to that residual self, which flashes by. I'm not looking for permanence in the sense of a static life. That is not possible. Feelings, thought, energy come and go. We must be able to flow and still keep consciousness as supreme. That's just me talking. Back to the Course. The Son of God extends his hand to reach his brother and to help him walk along the road with him. Now is the body holy. Now it serves to heal the mind that it was made to kill. You will identify with what you think will make you safe. That's brilliant. Whatever it may be, you will believe that it is one with you. Love is your safety. Fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself with a capital S. So in this moment, no more steps are needed. We can enter into the knowing that we are everything. We are the witness and we are the substance. There is nothing that we are not. Remember what the mystics said, I am that. I believe that was Nisargadatta. It's so infused with the direct experience that it no longer belongs to anyone but the oneness. I am that. I am that. I am that. What could that mean for us here today? So let's just take a moment and drop down inside the body. The body's going to be no longer a fence, no longer a border to keep people out, to keep things out, to keep love out. In the next breath, let's open to the experience of love. Love is not a feeling. We confuse that. Love is the knowing of oneness. Love is actually all there is. Love is the weather. Love is the other. Love is the inanimate. Love is the animate. There are no walls to love. In the next breath, try to find the edge of your breath. Where does it end? It exchanges with carbon dioxide. Where? How? You're not in charge. You're not in control. And guess what? There's no you. What if we're just spontaneous existence? What if we're breathing that is part of all breath, the one being, the one soul, the one life? In the end of A Course in Miracles, in the last 4 lessons, it says, "This holy instant would I give you. What if there's only the one?" So of course, we will follow, certain that the direction of life brings us peace. Again, follow your breath. There's an inhalation. There's a space. Where does the inhalation stop? Where does the space begin? Where does the exhalation start? Where does it end? Where's the next space before the next inhalation? Hopefully right now it's all rather fuzzy. Welcome this fuzziness. This fuzziness is today's portal into the one self, united with our Creator. One self with a capital S. No beginning, no end, no birth, no death, just existence. Existence comes, existence goes, and existence is always here. The coming and going are just manifestations, not really existence. Existence is always here. Existence could be another word for God. It appears to come and go. This person appears to be born. This person appears to die. But that's only thinking. We don't have to think of it that way. Someone recently was said to have died. We don't have any facts about her death. Someone does, but we don't in this community. I have a knowing that she took her life. I don't have those facts. She was tortured. Why was she tortured? She was tortured feeling that her personal I was not getting it. What is the it that she wasn't getting? What if all there is this sweet nothingness that we're experiencing now? Nothing more than that space-like place between breaths. She gave it the meaning that she, a personal self, was wrong, inept, maybe not smart enough, maybe not worthy enough. But she's all of us at some point, to some degree. How long are we going to tell ourselves untruths and run with it? If you were a scientist and you were paid to deliver truth, what would you conclude if you kept looking at falsities instead of the truth that was right in front of you? Would you have compassion? Would you understand that it's a kind of insanity that had been conditioned onto this person? Would you offer a life rope with your heart and your mind right now? Let's physically imagine throwing a rope onto first this woman who took her life, and now the scientist who refuses to look at the facts of the truth and know that both of these are versions of ourselves. Now picture yourself, and with your full heart, throw yourself a rope. Allow yourself to catch it. Now there's a rope, and both of these are you, because the oneness is inclusive of even the belief in a separate self. There's nothing that's not included in the oneness. The scientist's incorrect vision, the woman's incorrect beliefs about herself. If there's oneness, nothing is excluded. No one, no thought, no deed. Everything is made right in this moment, that we include all. I heard someone speak of non-duality the other day as just the witness. And she'd been studying for quite a few years. And she said, oh, non-duality is a witness and a subject. That's only if you don't include everything. The substance of life, every part of manifestation is part of what's referred to as awareness. Awareness is not the personal thinking self having insights. It's included, but that's not the definition. Unfortunately, we have the same word for both. If there's a consciousness-only model, the other word for consciousness is awareness with a capital A. Consciousness-only model is that where John Smith and King Lear. There's nothing that's not included in consciousness. There aren't two worlds. There isn't a God and us. There isn't Holy Spirit and us and our brothers. There's just the one. Sometimes we need the other language, and thank God it's there for us. Sometimes we need to experience a Father that's looking out for our good. But if there is no personal self, then it's not a personal good. It's just the isness of life. The isness of life is a consciousness-only model that all is included. So let's go back to what was said. The body will no longer be a fence for that separate self. This place that you and I have been is wordless. It's nameless. It's unchanging. Can you feel the spaciousness of our heart minds that are joined? Can you feel the grace? Can you feel the love? Can you feel your heart extending and extending and extending with no boundaries? Now our next portal is to come back into the world and know that we can live from this place. This is our home. You are the beloved and you are the lover. There is only one. I thank you for joining me today. Bye until next time.